What's up, everybody? It's Jesse Ziegler with Cycle News. I'm here for another super hot take on the KTM 390 Adventure R. Why do I like this bike so much? Well, I rode it a lot this year, and that all culminated at the KTM Adventure Rider Rally. Two things. One, I voted it as one of my bikes of the year. And two, I installed a really cool skid plate on it. And I should clarify, I didn't install crap. Kurt from Black Dog Cycle Works installed it for me. And I think that it deserves a featured video on not only the install on the product, installation is so telling about the quality of the product, but also just a quick little mini review of the Black Dog Cycle Works skid plate specifically for the KTM 390 Adventure R. At the time we raced this event, it really was the only skid plate on the market. I know KTM will come out with their Power Parts version, and I know there's going to be some poly, sort of hybrid plastic versions out there as well. But Kurt's really good at being first to market, and he's really good at being there with really durable, beefy aluminum skid plates for the adventure segment. And what he builds for the KTM 390 Adventure R is similar to everything else he builds. It's 3/16 50/52 aluminum. It is powder coated and clear coated, isolating the engine by only mounting to the frames. Intelligent, streamlined design, so it's not getting hung up on obstacles. It has flathead hardware that's recessed and countersunk into the skid plate or anywhere it's on the exterior of their product. It's always countersunk and really smooth. It has a flat bottom, so you can put it up on an engine stand or a flat bike stand if you want to work on your engine. You could take the skid plate off in like 6 bolts if you need to do an oil change or access the engine in any way. And it's just a really well thought out design. All right, so let's get into the install. I'll give you a little bit more insight after you watch the install video on how it performed for myself after 2 days of Rocky Mountain High, Colorado bashing. And I hope you enjoy this skid plate install video, and I hope you go check them out for your next adventure bike.
Jesse, you ready to tear this thing apart and get the stock, like, super burly skid plate off of here?
We are. Let's put a Black Dog on this thing. Let's go.
I'm sure this thing would have lasted a really long time with you. So this installation is really straightforward. We tie into this through bolt here for the engine, and then we, with our front brackets, so we isolate the motor in the front completely. The only tricky part is taking the foot peg mounts off, because we tie into those with our rear bracket as well as the framework in the back. So for some reason, they were very inconsistent about the thread locker they used, and some have none, and others have red Loctite, which has to be heated up to remove. And it's a huge pain. Like I said, some bikes have it, some don't. So it's kind of a crapshoot. You gotta take the pegs off, undo these bolts. These bolts are kind of soft, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, okay.
But if you try it and they don't come release right away, heat them. Like for 5 minutes with a heat gun, you get it hot, and try it again. Okay. We've also found that sockets really aren't strong enough. The sockets will break. Yeah. So just using a standard 5mm Allen wrench I think works a lot better. Here's a nice petite hammer. This is the one I have for a tent
Precise.
stake. Yeah.
Precise material.
Just want to tap on it a little bit, maybe just to loosen up. All right, positive vibes. See how it goes. Look at that.
Yeah, we knew it.
There we go, sweet.
We did it.
Let's hope the other side is the same.
That's what success looks like, people. 2 for 2.
Exactly.
The tap, the hammer is the key. Use the hammer.
Yeah, tap it.
Tap, tap, tap it in.
Okay, so also, just I know why I think about it, when you put these back on, you can either put these in the low position or the high position.
Yep.
So make sure they're in the position that you want and that they're consistent on both sides.
Yeah. Got it.
So just a little
good advice.
Little tech tip. Next step, we're going to take off the through engine bolt here. So you need a 14mm and a 15mm socket. Cool. So all the tools that are needed are laid out in the instructions, as well as full color photos of everything. So it's really simple.
Nice. That was easy.
So we're going to take this through bolt out. There are spacers on each side between the engine and the bracket, so make sure those don't fall out.
Okay.
Or if they do fall out, just make sure you put them back, because you want those, there's one here and one here.
Okay.
So we're going to take this out. The next step is we're going to replace the horn bracket. because we brought the skid plate up high, we're going to have a shorter horn bracket to raise that up to give the skid plate better coverage on the front.
Awesome.
And we're just going to reuse the stock bolts here. I am going to put Loctite on this as well as the one on the back of the horn just to make sure they don't get loose. This is a prototype skid plate for your competition for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Out of production ones, they're in production. So we changed the design of the front bracket. Originally we had a single U-shaped bracket that was going to go here.
Yep.
Which I didn't really like very much. So we changed it, and now the production ones, like on my bike, have a dual bracket. There's one on this side and one on the other side. It ties into the skid plate in 2 places. It's gonna be a much better design. The mounts that we have are incredibly strong on the front, but I like a backup plan. So this piece actually bolts to the stock mount, the stock skid plate, and it provides a rubber cushion for the skid plate. So if you really nail something hard, it's gonna help disperse some of the impact from the big hits. So we're just going to use the stock bolts and bolt that back up there. So the next stage is the rear bracket. So thanks for the rain, Jesse. Thanks for bringing that in.
I didn't do that.
I didn't know you did a rain dance earlier. It's awesome.
Sorry.
So the rear bracket, we attach to the frame underneath where the stock mount was, and then we tie into the foot peg mounts on each side. So we're going to do the center bolt first, put some Loctite on it. It's going to fit right in there and go in. Don't tighten it all the way yet because you want to get these started. All 4 bolts on each side, 2 bolts on each side started, and then you'll tighten them all up. We supply hardened low head bolts that are much better quality than what you took out, so please make sure you use these. We also have them zinc treated so they won't rust.
Cool.
So we're gonna put the foot peg mount back in the low position, through the mount into the frame. Again, just keep it loose till you do both sides, and then we'll tighten it up to the torque spec that's in the instructions.
Awesome.
Do not cross thread.
That's sweet skid. I think we're getting really pumped that we did this. Me too. I think this was a good idea.
Yes. I think the first rock garden we're gonna go, oh.
The first time I hear that rock hit that metal, I'm gonna be like, thank you.
That's called the Black Dog Gong.
Thank you, Kurt.
It's a famous thing, and people actually, I mean, I get comments all the time.
Just wait till you get the bill for this.
Gladly pay it. It's worth it.
And we got to make sure your little DNA gets on there. Hold on. There you
Yeah,
go.
get
There
some
you go.
blood on there. He bleeds for you.
Yeah.
Black Dog bleeds for adventure.
So we got the 4 bolts on the skid plate. We're going to tighten all those up first. On the production ones, it'll be 6 bolts. And then once those are tight to the torque spec in the instructions, we're going to go and torque the through bolt to whatever the spec says on the instructions. So that'll be the final step, and you'll be good to go.
Ready to rip.
Yeah.
And make sure you bleed.
Yes. Bleeding's
Show us
important.
the blood.
Bleeding's important.
Pretty simple, right? You can get one of these skid plates, you can put it on in under an hour. As Kurt mentioned multiple times, his instructions are very thorough. All torque settings, they include all the Loctite you're gonna need. They give you tips on how to remove any of the stubborn stock hardware. And your step-by-step guides are just included in everything. You don't need to purchase anything else when you put this skid plate on. No new hardware, no new parts. You don't have to run to, the local hardware store for anything. So highly recommend this product for the KTM 390 Adventure R. And I can definitely say I would not have finished this race without it. I hit so many big rocks in the Colorado single track that physically moved to the bike after they were hit. And audibly, I could hear them gonging off of the skid plate every day and multiple times a day. I mean, you can see from some of the footage that we posted in the video here that we rode pretty technical, gnarly single track for 2 days in a row. We had everything Colorado can offer. Having the insurance policy of that skid plate made me not fear anything, and I could just bash into it. So thanks again for Kurt for loaning us that prototype skid plate for this. Go check out Black Dog Cycle Works. You can find them at blackdogcw.com, and they will get you hooked up for any adventure bike you have. You will be protected and you will be looking good.